In addition to not only welcoming you to this beautiful Cathedral Church of the Immaculate Conception for this Baccalaureate Mass, I also want to join my voice to the many, including President Carochi, the members of Newman University's Board of Directors, the great faculty and staff of the university, the many benefactors here and with us in spirit, as well as all the parents and family members of the graduating class of 2017, by expressing to you, graduates, our profound admiration for your significant accomplishment in graduating from what we are convinced is a fine university. My being with you tonight, and with all of those who I just mentioned, I join with them in promising to you our prayerful support as you enter into the next phase of your life. Perhaps that's the pursuing of an advanced degree in your particular field, or to take your place in the workforce. Whatever that might be, we are very, very proud to call you a graduate of an educational institution that is near and dear to the heart of the Diocese of Wichita. We ask in this Mass that God would bless every step of your life as you now go forth to whatever life has in store for you. The famous American poet Maya Angelou once said, "I have learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." A profound truth, I believe, worthy of our reflection. And it keeps us ever humble to think that all that we do and all that we may say will quickly be forgotten. But the impression we leave with people of how we made them feel about themselves, about life, that will remain forever. When we consider the most lasting human impact a human being can have in this world and on others, it isn't the building of great buildings. Buildings will come and go. It isn't the developing of new inventions. Newer inventions will come to take the place of old inventions. And it certainly isn't the amassing of great amounts of wealth or power or influence, all of which can be here today and gone tomorrow. No, the greatest human contribution takes place when one person helps to improve the life of another in some significant way or in some simple way. Whether because of who you are or how you live your life or your values or your beliefs, when you help people feel that they are wanted, that they are needed, honored, and loved, when any one of us does just that, those people not only will remember that for the rest of their lives, but their lives will be transformed in a truly lasting way. Blessed John Henry Cardinal Newman, the patron of our university, was an erudite and a true academic, and he wrote prolifically. He was a brilliant man. But he had a motto that offers, I believe, a similar message. Cor ad cor loquitur. Any Latinists out there? Heart speaks to heart. The heart, this is the center, the core of the human person. From the heart emanates our values, our passions, our deepest convictions, and our feelings. Cor ad cor loquitur, when heart speaks to heart, life is changed. Our human nature is enriched, and life takes on a whole new meaning. This is what happens, we know, when two people fall in love. Their hearts speak to each other, and you're never the same. This is what happens when one person courageously forgives another from the heart and lets go of a hurt. Life is never the same when forgiveness enters into the equation. This is what happens when someone helps another person, not because of obligation, but freely and happily. Cor ad cor loquitur. This was the motto of our patron, Blessed John Henry Cardinal Newman. This is what speaks beyond his works that are so prolific and so deep. A heart spoke to his heart, and it was the heart of Jesus. And his heart spoke to many others. And so, my friends, dear graduates, my hope is that at Newman University you have not only been given and offered an education of the mind, but also, and dare I say, more importantly, of the heart. Forming your heart with a passion for your chosen field of study, but also beyond that, with a passion for service to the greater community in which we live, looking beyond your own needs and to the needs of others. I hope that Newman University has formed your heart that will now be moved by compassion, inspired and motivated by justice, and seeking integrity. For these qualities are in so many ways sadly missing in our society and in our culture. We hope you will enter into the world with hearts inflamed by the gospel of Jesus Christ, ready and willing to take your place and to do what God has destined you to do, to build up, to inspire, and to enrich our culture, our society, and our world. In tonight's gospel, Jesus proclaimed some of his most immortal words when he said, responding to Thomas, how can we know the way to salvation? How can we know the way to heaven? Jesus said, I am the way and the truth and the life. Whether or not you embrace the Christian faith, as a student of Newman University, you have been formed in the way, the truth, and the life. These are the bedrock foundations of your education. As such, you have received from the church one of her greatest treasures, and what we hope you will consider to be one of your greatest blessings, a solid, authentic, and integral formation of the mind, the heart, the soul, indeed, the whole person, so that you will succeed in this life, not by any measure of the world's standards, but by God's, and receive from that success a deep happiness, a deep joy, and a lasting satisfaction, because you will be living a life well lived, in harmony with God's will and plan for you. And so we thank you, graduates of Newman University's class of 2017, for welcoming this holistic and challenging education. We look forward to how you will use this as education, this gift, as a blessing for yourselves, of course, but for the many others whom God will put on your path, when by God's providence, heart speaks to heart. Maybe you will remember something I said then, quoting the American poet. People will forget what you did. People will forget what you said. But people will always remember how you made them feel. For cor ad cor loquitur.